everybody, it's Kit. I'm back, and this is part B of Wally's triple Inchie boxes. And if you watch my other video, you'll know to go through all of your 6 pieces and make the little double cuts on the second score line on each side, and or just do the one cut, but I'm telling you, you'll have to trim up your boxes. And then cut off these little slivers. And do that on all 6 pieces. And you can tell which ones are the base, because they will have equal sections all the way around. And the lids will have these little corner pieces. So you'll have 3 bases and 3 of the lids. So I'm not going to sit here and go through all these, because I know those of you that were groaning, God bless you, you're still here. So I'm not going to bore you by having you sit and watch me do my coordinated stuff or uncoordinated stuff, whatever the case may be. But do that to all 6 of your pieces. And then to assemble your box bases, you're going to burnish on all the fold lines. So I'll pull these off. You really shouldn't do this, because you could tear the paper if you do that, but for sake of time. And again, these are going to be Christmas boxes, so I've got plenty of time to redo them if I screw them up. But I say you can't plan too far ahead for Christmas. So on the base boxes, if you have not seen the other video, how you fold the bases up, you tuck this loose flap in behind the attached flaps, and there you've got your base, okay? On the lids, yank those off too. Good grief, oh my. Do the same thing, burnish all your fold lines. And then these little tabs that are on the corners, you are just going to glue those under each adjacent section, and that's going to make the lids. So we've got the bases all figured out how to do. So I want to show you some of the things that you can do with your leftover scraps. This is the raggedy, grungy flower that I've been making since high school. I know some of you out there have made them, because we used to do this in study hall. What we would do, we would take our test papers and we'd rip them all up, and if it was a good test score, the center of the flower would be like the A or the B in the center. We wouldn't wad it up. If it was a C or worse, God forbid, then we'd wad it all up like a spitball and make a little bud in the center, so you couldn't see what the grade was. So there's a little piece of trivia. But how I make them is just take your scrap papers and cut rectangles, squares, whatever. Cut off these corners here. Hope you can see this. And I usually do 3 on the base, just because by the time we're done altering and ripping and tearing and manipulating, 3 seems to be a good number. So you're going to have all these little corners, which I have no problem throwing away. That's the goal here. Use up all these scraps. Now, what we do on this part is just go around the edges and just make little tears. Okay? Many as you want. And then you wad it all up into like a spitball. I don't know if you guys know what a spitball is, but Just to wad paper up and chew on it, put it in our mouth, and then you could blow them out straws at people. Yeah. My kids did that, I would be very upset, but we used to do it. Okay, and then you kind of flatten it and round the center part, and just do that to as many pieces as you want. And sometimes I only make 4 rips, sometimes I make 5, sometimes I make 6. I usually make 5, but if there's not enough room, only do 4. If there's more than enough room, then I'll do 6. But I usually do 5, but if you see, these are now becoming really sprightly little flower layers. So that's it. And then for the center, just find a small piece of scrap. And just wad it all up into a ball. And I leave it in a ball. Then I take ink and a sponge, because a sponge can get in a lot better than my felt pads can, and just kind of go around the edges, and it shows up better on the lighter paper. You could do a black on this. That might be pretty too, actually, with this darker paper. So I think you get the idea there. And then I just pick one go on the bottom. Put a little glue in the middle. Which we used to use glue sticks in high school, because we'd carry them around in our purses pretty good. I had a friend that ate them, and that would chew on them. I don't know what happened to him either. It was a guy, actually. I wonder if he's mentally incapacitated now that he's grown up. It'd be a good test of what glue would do to you. But there you go. And then you just glue the little spitball down inside of it. And this is what they look like. If you can see that. I don't know how well my camera adjusts macro, but see, with the lighter paper and using the vintage photo on it, it really gives it a good shine, or a good depth. Now, the leaves, these little strips of paper that you have left, here's how I make the leaves. Just kind of tear off the corners. And this is not perfection, because I don't really like perfection that much. I like more movement, and with the torn edges. And then see there, what you want to do is like fold it in the middle and then just kind of press it up, accordion it up, and then look at this neat little leaf you get. No punches, no nothing, just ripping. See? Isn't that cute? And then you can ink the edges of these too and stick them in under your raggedy flowers, and that's what you get. Here's one without any leaves on a little teeny tiny box. Here's one with the leaves. I hope this is showing up. I haven't tried putting anything this close to my camera. Here's another one with some leaves and a little half pearl. This is another flower that I like to make, where I just take strips and just basically pleat them up. That's all you need to do. Not in even pleats, but just pleat it up like this to eventually get it around in a circle. And then just glue the two ends together, tear you up a leaf, and I usually just glue the leaf right where it meets on the end there. And then I do another one. Actually, the one I did inside there, I just did something different where I just started folding like this. You'd be surprised the embellishments you can make yourself. Look at that. This looks like a little rosebud just by folding. See? So make a lot of your own things instead of having to wait to finish something because you have to run out to the store to get something. Do your own things. And then, let's see, that has stickers. I use stickers on the inside here. This one says smile. And then I put hugs and kisses. Let's see what else we did. Oh, these are those little, may have showed those to you. This sounds kind of familiar. But the Authentique, they have these little die cuts, which I really like because if you can't use the picture, they're textured on the back, different colors. And these, now the big ones are $1.99. These little ones are only 99 cents, but I buy them at the 40% off area there at Scrappy Boutique by the Florida Mall in Orlando. So they don't cost much at all, and I layer those up. This one, I just put some little lined paper on. This is going to be journaling spots. So in this triple stack, there's going to be a section for journaling. Then there are these die cuts: sing, dance, share your smile, just happy thoughts, the road less traveled. And then inside are all the little girlfriend things. Never questioned your decision. Some of these are just hilarious. This one, make your own rules. And ain't misbehaving. There's, I think, 3 different collections here. Again, I got 3 sheets or 4 sheets for $5 from Lisa's Altered Art on Etsy, in the Etsy shop. And eats dessert first. That's going to a very special friend. Colors outside the lines. I just can't get over these. These are just adorable. And the cute thing, too, to me anyway, is my daughter got me a necklace because I battled bladder cancer last year. And she got me a necklace that was one of these that said peas when she laughs. That I just adore it, and that was one of these little these little Inchies from Lisa's Altered Art. So it was like a meant to be thing. My daughter gave me the necklace before I had found the Inchies from Lisa on Etsy. Okay, on this one, this is going to a special friend that she's a registered nurse. I went to high school with her, actually, and her mother's just been diagnosed with breast cancer. So I wanted to send her something to make her smile. And the big box, and I did this a little different. I used my Mind's Eye 6x6 on these boxes just because I wanted to get these graphics on the inside of the box. I absolutely adore you. But on this one, I made this little bitty tag pocket and tag, and this is so easy to make. You're going to use the method that I showed you in my tags. I think it was Project 3 or 2, the tag and pocket ones, and just reduce it down to 1 inch. So I just think these are adorable. I've used these in a couple mini albums too, these little bitty tiny ones. So this one measures 2 inches by 2 inches. And then you just do a score down a 1/2 inch side, a score down the other side a 1/2 inch, fold it in so it butts up, 1/2 inch down at the bottom, fold that up, and then just cut out a tag that will fit inside. I think this tag measures 0.875 by 1.5 inches. And they fit perfectly inside here. So I wanted to show you this too. Okay, let's see what I did in this one. Oh, this is another in my mind's eye that I wanted to just leave the graphics as the main decor on the inside of the box. And then I stamped hugs and kisses on here. And then on the lid of this one, I put life happens, love helps. That's a Stampin' Up! Stamp. Did some half pearls on here. And then inside here are all things that just relate to her and me. This says love Ann, and when you undo this, the first word in here is hugs. Love and hugs. And then all these little inchies that pertain to her. Kind of tells you what I think about, or tells her what I think about her personality. Giving, shares her cookies, friends for life, independent, keeps secrets, what Willis was talking about. That's kind of an inside joke. And this is one of Authentique's little die cuts. A journey is best measured in friends rather than miles. And this is part of the graphics on the paper. So you can do all kinds of things. And I think, does that tell you everything I wanted to tell you? Mainly the raggedy flowers. Yeah, this box I just filled up with all the inchies. I told you about Lisa's Altered Art. So you can go get some of those real quick while our sale's still going on. And I think that's it for now. I think those are all the little secrets. I told you about tying up your Inchie strips with the seam binding so it wouldn't pop your lid off until at least you got them tamed. So I think that's it, guys. I won't take up any more of your time. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you have a fantastic week wherever you be. Take care now. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.